Good afternoon, everyone. This is your girl, Coteria, and welcome back to my channel, My Opinion Vlog. I want to talk about Al Reynolds. I see the leaked Zoom conference call that Al, Claudia, and I don't know, another producer was on, along with the producer of the show by the name of Joyce. I see that was leaked, and people are saying that this was leaked intentional by Claudia Joy. And I do remember her a month and a half ago saying that just watch and see, y'all gonna, see the truth. The truth is going to come out. The truth is going to be exposed. Stay tuned. Just watch and see. Y'all gonna see who really caused the show to be canceled. We're gonna see Al Reynolds' true colors and characteristics. Just wait and see. So I guess this is what Claudia Jordan had up her sleeve to expose about Al Reynolds, this Zoom conference meeting. And, regarding Joyce, and herself and Al Reynolds, like I said, it was another producer. I'm not sure if this was Justin. I heard Justin is no longer part of Fox Soul. He's not employed with Fox Soul, and he's not part of the TGIF show anymore. But I'm going to say this was Justin. Correct me if I'm wrong. But anywho, what I got from that Zoom meeting was exactly what Claudia Jordan and Armon Wiggins have been saying about Al all along, about him being the whistleblower, the problem, at the job. He's always the one causing tension and conflict. He's always the one running to HR about, the grievance he's having with his co-host. And Joyce seems like she's the one who is trying to be the peacemaker, and it seems like she's the one that handles the behind the scene complaints among the co-hosts. And so during the Zoom meeting, you just see Al Reynolds very frustrated with Joyce. Joyce looked like she's in her early 70s, a very elder woman. Like I said, they said she's one of the producers. They said that she is Emmy nominated. They said that she produces a lot of popular shows that we've seen on certain networks. So they said she has a very lengthy resume, you know what I'm saying? And she know what she's doing. But to see Al Reynolds, demean and kind of be disrespectful and sassy towards Joyce, that's not a good look. You know what I'm saying? And I think it was very distasteful. And this is what this is what Claudia Jordan was saying about Al. Al is not what he appears to be on the YouTube streets in front of the cameras. He's very nice, nasty behind the scenes, and he talks down to his co-hosts, and he's the ish starter. So we kind of see a lot what Claudia was saying in the chat, and also on Carlos King. A little, she didn't kind of say it, fully, but she was giving little hints that what is going to come out. Al is the reason why the show got canceled, because he kept running to HR and complaining about these minor stupid things that they could have worked out. And what I got from the Zoom is that Al was frustrated with Joyce because he felt like Joyce was being two-faced. He felt like Joyce was nitpicking with him, blaming him for like minor things like cutting Claudia off, over speaking Claudia, speaking out of turn. And it looked like Joyce was saying to him one thing and just saying another to Claudia and to other people. So it's kind of like she's coming off like she's being two-faced. And this is what I was calling Joyce out. He was calling Joyce out about, her playing favoritism towards, I guess, Claudia and other people, in the network, and kind of like treating him a certain kind of way. And I hate when he was just saying, Joyce, stop it, or cut it out. He kept over talking her. He was also loud, and it seemed like obnoxious. Definitely Al was out of character. He was not the Al that we normally see, but like I told y'all before, I stand on what I say. Al is a nice, nasty behind the scene. He's very condescending. Of course, he's very two-faced and he's very sassy, but he knows how to be professional on the cameras, and that's what matters the most. Of course, I think he's a diva, behind the scene. Of course, I think he's nasty. I do think he's a type that he would get someone fired. If they do something to him or do something unfavorable to him, he struck me as a type. He struck me as a type as he's a company complainer, like we see now in the Zoom meeting. So I see exactly what Claudia was saying and what she was doing, and what Claudia was doing. She was mute. Claudia looked like she was kind of, at her wit's end. She looked like she was just so drained. Like, I'm just tired of this. I'm tired of going through this. While I was going off, cutting, Joyce off. Joyce couldn't get a word in. She was being professional, and it seemed like she was it seemed like she just let basically Al just tear her a new one. She let Al just get whatever he had off his chest. He was over talking her. He was just kind of almost like reprimanding her, putting her in her place. Even the other person, I believe this was Jessica, was like, okay, we got to, simmer her down. This is being recorded. We need to calm down a little bit, because he see how Al was just talking reckless to Joyce. He was definitely demeaning Joyce, and it was distasteful to see him talk to an elder woman that's old enough to be his mother. I mean, I understand he's frustrated with always being blamed and always having to do these Zoom meetings because him and Claudia can't get along. What I get from this whole TGIF debacle situation and the fallout, a lot of this stems from Claudia Joy and Al Reynolds. It looked like they was good friends, and it looked like they've been fighting for almost a year now. Ever since Funky Diva, departed, and Funky Diva said the reason why he departed was because of this. The back and forth between Al Reynolds and Claudia Joy. They couldn't get along. He thought that they apologized, put things in the past, and moved forward, and it seemed like they only just went backwards, and they recanted and opened up old wounds, and now they're being petty with each other. One is cutting the other person off. The other's over talking the other person. The other person is demeaning the other person, and you see the facial expressions, just immaturity. Mind you, Al Reynolds and Claudia Jordan is basically in their early 50s. That's what made this is very sad and very childish. And yes, Armon Wiggins did kind of, like I said, walk into a ish storm that had nothing to do with it. I think the reason why Armon got involved, because when you start talking out of place and out of terms about something that had nothing to do with you, because you're trying to go along to get along, that's how he entered the chat. Trying to play sides instead of just, being neutral and not pick a side and not get involved in Al Reynolds and Claudia Jordan's, Nick Finette. Stay out of their BS. That's how he ended up being caught up. See, Funky Diva read the room. He was tired of it. That's why he left. Also, they didn't want to pay him $250 more than he was asking for, which is really petty. The show probably still could have been here if the negotiation was right with Funky Diva. But, Al Reynolds, I'm very disappointed. This is definitely detrimental to your image as a gay black man, and you work with a lot of women in the industry. Also, I think you're going to be labeled from this little video Zoom as hard to work with. And I don't think a lot of networks are going to hire you. Because you talking to a producer like this? Just imagine what else you have done. Have you talked to Star Jones in this matter? Did you kind of berate and belittle your ex-wife like you're doing Joyce? This is what you call nasty and very unprofessional. Yes, you're not doing this on the camera, but still behind the scenes to talk to a producer like this who has the power to terminate you. He was even telling her, oh, I asked you to, terminate my contract. I asked you to, I didn't want to, be on the show no more, but you kept me here against my will. I asked you and I told you I wanted out. So he was like kind of like really yelling at her, kind of like scolding her. I told you I didn't want to do this anymore, but you kept me here. I don't know why y'all didn't replace Al. Al didn't want to be in this work environment. Y'all could have easily replaced him. So that's another question that I have too. And it seemed like, I don't know why they felt, well, maybe they felt like, Al was a good fit for the TGIF, but I think Al could have definitely been replaceable. He could have been replaceable. And maybe the show could have, continued on. So when I look at this, this is really petty. This is giving pettiness to the 10th power. We have, a grown woman, a grown man that's in their 50s acting immature. They can't get along to save their life. $250,000 a year is a good amount of money. And this is what Claudia and this is what I was making. They couldn't go along to get along to save their life. And then, Al, you upset because you're not being the lead of the conversation because Claudia being the lead. You upset because she's cutting you off over talking you. Like, seriously? This is really dumb. This is really, really dumb. And like I say, Al, remember, you're the man. Whether you're a gay man or not, I feel like in this situation, you should have been more mature and took the high road. Claudia is a woman. She's feminist. She's emotional. But come on now. The way you was getting your feelings and the way you was sitting up there talking down to Miss Joyce was disgusting. It was disgusting. They said after this aired, they said he kind of like been on a hiatus from social media. I can imagine because his image is very tarnished. Because now people seeing Al, his true colors. They see his characteristics. He not this old nice gay guy. He probably is nice to certain individuals, but he's nice nasty. And when you get his timer on, you piss him off, he's gonna talk to you like he talked to this elder woman, named Miss Joyce. And mind you, this is the producer he's talking to, not his co-host, not the water boy, not the makeup artist or the stylist. He's talking to a producer like this. So just imagine how you talk to other people or maybe other producers. And these are the people that sign your paychecks. I feel like, when this happened, I'm not sure if this is the first time Al should have been let go. Because ain't no way, when I'm looking at the other Zoom and you see Claudia and you see Armon keep his composure, even Armon didn't give this type of assassin attitude. I feel like they gave Al Reynolds a little bit too much leeway. They should have cut his ASS short. The moment he came out of his mouth disrespectful and sassy and rude to Joyce. This is a oh no. But I don't know what Al got on Fox Soul for them to keep him in contract or to keep him around. Because like I said, you can have a disagreement, you can have a grievance, but the way you talking to this woman, like that's a big no-no. And I understand your frustration, but you should have been quiet and you should have been cordial like Claudia. So I see what Claudia was saying, and of course, this is very malicious on Claudia's end to have this type of trick up her sleeve and basically put this video out to expose Al. I know he's pissed off, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's trying to legally sue Claudia for this, because this is defamation of character, because he can lose a lot of endorsement deals with this little Zoom video getting out here, because we see him in a not so nice light, and the way he's kind of being slightly a womanizer towards Joyce, belittling her, berating her, kind of like demeaning her and stuff. This is not a good look at all. Knowing he got to work in the film industry and he's in the reality industry as well. He's on red carpets interviewing reality stars, actors and actresses. This is very distasteful, and I'm pretty sure this has left a bad taste in a lot of producers in Hollywood mouth who wants to work with Al. So like I said, he's getting, his karma and his due diligence too. Just like Armon and also Claudia Jordan. So this is what Claudia we've been telling us, that, just wait and see. The truth is going to come out. And so I guess she waited for the right pivotal moment when the show is canceled to, expose this Zoom conference, meeting. And like I said, now we see Al for what he truly is. He's a character. He's a diva. And he's very witty and sassy when you get his timer wrong. So like I said, they should have replaced Al a long time ago. I don't know why. Maybe because there was a contract. Remember, this is a legal contract. And once you're in a binding contract, you have to, wait till the contract end. Or like I said, if you decided to end the contract early, I'm pretty sure it's penalties. And you probably won't get your severance pay or whatever type of payout. So, the man was pleading for Joyce to let him out of his contract. I don't know why she didn't terminate him. But maybe they feel like they wouldn't have found a good co-host in a short period of time. And this would have messed up the business. It's probably more to this than what we know. But like I said, Al, this was very disgusting of you. And I guess you got your day in court. And even though you've been quiet during this whole TGIF fallout debacle, acting all like the victim and innocent. But like I said, you've been exposed for your true characteristic. And it's very disgusting how you talk to this woman. And if you talk to her this way, I can imagine how you probably talked to Star Jones. You probably made her feel very, you probably belittled her, made her feel very childlike. And when she probably was heavy and when she lost all that weight, God knows you probably could have been ridiculing her and making her, feel a certain type of way. Because the way you talk to Miss Joyce is, child, let me tell you something. Al, I would have got you together. Oh, yes, I would. I would have got you together real quick. I would have hurt your feelings. Because how dare you talk to me like that? Absolutely not. Now, I understand, why Armon Wiggins, cursed you out the way he did. I just feel like he would have did it, at a later time when his contracted ended, and not while he was getting paid on a job, whether it was $70,000. Still, you got to be professional when you still at your job or at work. You trying to get into break into the Hollywood industry, knowing these people are reality stars, and this is a Fox network. Other than that, like I said, this is, with Al, child, I'm very surprised. I'm very surprised. I didn't think he would talk to, a producer like this, but he did. The cat's out the bag. That's all I got to say. I'm pretty sure, this don't messed up Al Reynolds' bag for a little bit, but he'll come back from it. But now people see Al Reynolds' true character. And this is what Claudia Jordan wanted the whole time. She wanted to be vindicated, and she wanted us to know that, hey, it's not only me and Armon, it's Al too. I've always said that Al was the workplace whistleblower. Of course, he was the one that was causing all of the behind the scenes dramas, and he was always going to HR with complaints. I've said this, but still he still knew how to act professional on the screen, and that's what matters. You don't act gutter and you don't act unprofessional while you being broadcast in front of thousands of people. You still gotta know how to conduct yourself. So that's all I gotta say, y'all, and I will catch y'all later.